Yo, RX back with another recap of UFC Saudi Arabia Imavov versus Adesanya. We back with another recap of a card that was good. Actually pretty good. No bullshit. It was actually a good card. The first good card of the year. I'm shocked to be saying that. It's UFC. Usually they suck donkey ass, but they were actually really great here. Like, it was only 11 fights, and that's all we needed, because like 8 or 9 of those fights were pretty fucking solid. 1 or 2 duds, yeah, but for an 11 fight card early on a Saturday morning, pretty fucking good. I'm happy with it. Which is something I usually never say over the UFC, because they never give me a reason to say that. The Dern Hebos card was the most mid card to ever happen. 311 was beyond disappointing. But this card was great, so I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. If can we keep having cards like this, please? Instead of whatever garbage we usually get? Well, looking at what 312 looks like, the answer to that is no. But, you know, gotta be wishful, I guess. I'm happy with this card. I thought it was a fun card, and I'm for once not dreading having to talk about all these fights. 1 or 2 of them I am, but I'll just not talk about them much, because I got better fights to talk about. So, I'm happy. I thought it was a good card, and again, the first good card of the year, which is sad that it took 3 cards for that to happen, but about time. So, first good card in a while, no less, of the year, so I'll take it. UFC Saudi Arabia, again, just like the Whitaker Alex Garov card, pretty good. Was it better than that card? I would have to go back and look, but this card was good, man. I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to recap it, so I guess there's not very much else to say, because for once I can just praise a card instead of shit on it, so I know it's rare for me to do that, but when a card's actually good, I can praise it, and this card is actually good, so I'm happy about that. Because I want him to be good. I know I shit on him a lot. I want him to be good. Just they're not. This one was, so good job. Outside of that, I can't really think of much else to add. Again, only 11 fights, but they made the most of what they had, and it was a really good night of fights, so, or morning of fights, so I'm happy. I enjoyed it, and I'm ready to recap it, so I'll stop rambling. Before I do, please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of 2025. And unless I'm forgetting to say something, which I don't think I am, I can't really think of anything else to add. Card was good. I'm ready to recap it. So, you ready? I know I am. UFC Saudi Arabia, Adesanya versus Imavov. Let's talk about it. Ready to recap some fights? Let's do it. Again, 11 fights in total, and we began in the heavyweight division with a fight I'm not going to say much about, because what the fuck do you want me to say about one of the worst robberies of all time? As in our first fight of the night in the heavyweight division, our first of 3 in that division, we had Hamdy Abdelwahab versus Jamal Pogues. God, this was bad. I don't even know what to say here. Remember when I said one of the worst robberies of all time a second ago? Yeah, that's what this was. I'm not even gonna say a lot here, because there's not a lot to say. Remember Renat and Carlos Leal from a few months ago? This was the heavyweight version of that was the welterweight version of this. So, long story short, Hamdy looks okay in round 1, doesn't do a lot, but I think he takes the round, but it's close. And then he just does not do anything for 10 more minutes. And Pogues easily wins a 29-28 decision. But for some fucking reason, the 2 judges somehow give Hamdy the fight. Tony Weeks is the only one that close to being right, and even he's wrong. It's 29-28 Pogues. Like, how do you fuck this up? Well, my bad. How do you get paid enough to fuck this up? Stop going to this fucking corrupt shithole. Fuck them. Fuck these fucking princes and all of that. No, your money's not worth it. Fuck off. Stop rigging fights. Your fighters fucking suck, and you're in a shithole. Fuck you. We don't want to watch any more cards here. Go fucking take over boxing. We're tired of this shit. You pulled every time there's a card in this area of the world, they do this bullshit. Renat, fucking Hamdy, go to every fucking card. There's a robbery like this. Fuck you, you corrupt assholes, and your shithole country. Fuck you. Stop rigging fights, you fucking losers. That's all I gotta say. Bullshit. It's fucking disgusting. Judges just being stupid, fine. I'll accept that. Just out clearly rigging a fight and paying judges? No. That's bullshit. That's fucking disgusting bullshit. You can go do that in boxing, we know you do. But in a real sport, we don't want you here. We don't want your money, and we don't want to come to your country. You can act like you did a good thing with the Jasudavicius fight, which we'll talk about. But let's be honest, you should not be getting a fucking award for that. You're about, 40 years late to acting like normal people. Fuck you and your corrupt country. I can't got much else to say. It's bullshit. That's all I can say. After that, we go to our first real fight of the night, where we had a real winner. Jamal, I feel bad for Jamal Pogues because he clearly won that fight. In our second fight of the night, in the featherweight division, we had a fight where we actually had a winner that did not have to get handed the win by rigged bullshit. As we had in our second fight of the night, Bogdan Grad versus Lucas Alexander. This fight was alright. This fight was nothing special. It was a very low-level fight between low-level fighters, as I think we all expected it to be. But one of these guys were just levels above the other, which, again, as expected. Not a lot to say about the fight overall. In round one, Lucas Alexander actually had a really good round, winning the round. He was able to, stay at range. I think he got some takedowns, got on top a little bit. He had a really good round one. And then he just faded. Grad started breaking the kid, and eventually got too much for him. He fucking got on top on the ground, and he grounded him. He grounded and pounded him out. Pause. And that was that. Alexander faded in the second and got beat. It's pretty much what I expected. Alexander's not a good fighter, and he's going to break. And that's what he did here. He fucking broke, like he has before. He has a weak chin, a weak heart, shit cardio, and ain't a good fighter. So, I'm upset I didn't stick with my round 2 prediction. Because I was going to pick Grad by knockout in the second, but I was like, if Sergei can get you out in the first round, Bogdan Grad should. Clearly not. But, whatever. I still got it right. I still got it pretty much perfect. Still got a bunch of points for it because Grad by knockout was only 20%, so I'll take it. But, I don't know. Right, I just missed out on the perfect. Either way, predictable fight, and a nice easy win for Bogdan Grad in his debut, as expected. I don't know what the fuck these betting odds were. I told y'all, Grad was one of the easiest picks on a card, easily a lock of the night contender. He was not gonna lose this fight. How would, he lost round 1. Lucas Alexander is not the guy to fucking keep a pace for 15 minutes. He did one time against an old-ass Steven Petersen 3 years ago. And this is Alexander 2-3 years later off a long layoff versus someone who's going to push a pace on him. So, and that's what happened. Grad pushed a pace and broke him. So, that That's simple. The only thing in this fight I would say I'm really shocked about is that Grad was not able to drop him on the feet. Because Alexander leaves himself really wide open to shots, and Grad has good power, but I guess Grad can really find that kill shot on the feet at least, but he did it on the ground. So I still get my KO/GKOW. So I'll take it. So yeah, good, fine fight. Again, low level fun, which can't really ask for much else here. Like, I'm not gonna complain about some low level fun, and that's what this was. Quick, about 2-round fight. Got a nice finish, and that was that. So never gonna complain about it. Not really anything else to say about the fight, so let's talk about the fighters. Sorry if that was loud, I did not mean to breathe into the mic. We'll start with the guy who won, Bogdan Grad. Fine debut, but like I said in the breakdown, and especially after seeing this fight, I stand by my opinion. Grad's gonna get smashed by higher level guys in the division. He's not that good. He's a fun fighter. Don't get me wrong, he's gonna be fun. He's gonna be on some highlight reels, either getting a knockout or more than likely getting knocked out. But I don't think he stands a chance against a lot of guys at 145, even like the lower echelon, like Hyder, Emil, William Gomez, I'm trying to think the lower level, Sungwoo Choi, even, so, like, I just really don't think he has the tools to beat a better opponent. He can beat your Luke Alexanders and your who's a complete joke at 145, Kaan Ofli, but he's not gonna be able to beat anyone decent. Dude got knocked out by Tom Nolan, who's an ass. He has power, but he's ass. So, like, Grad's a fun fighter, which is definitely great to see. We need more of those. But it's skill for skill, and against higher echelon guys, he has no chance, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. The kid's young. 29 years old, 1-0 now, 4-fight winning streak. But, like, they gave him the bottom of the barrel. Like, I don't think he's gonna do much. I'm not gonna say he's gonna get cut immediately, but I think he's probably gonna have like a 6-7 fight UFC run, 2-4, 3-3 or some shit, and probably be gone within a few years. So, but maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't see Grad as a UFC level guy. He's a fun fighter, but like, especially at 145, which is deep for talent, I don't see it. Like, a guy with his skill set could do good at 205, but at 145, which has really good fighters throughout, no. He's lucky he's not a bantamweight, but good luck. Maybe I'm wrong about the guy, I don't know, but again, I just don't see it. I don't see him as a, like, real prospect. I just look at him as a entertaining fighter, which I guess is as good as the next best thing in my opinion, so. Good job on your debut, Bogdan. I guess it's a good fucking year for Bogdan, Glushkov, and now Grad. So, let's see if they can continue the streak. Glushkov will probably fight against Hood. Grad will probably have one more fight this year. Let's see how they do. Maybe Grad will prove me wrong. And then for Lucas Alexander, this dude's so bad. He's shown flashes of a little bit of talent, like the Steven Petersen fight, but outside of it, like, even round 1 of this fight, he didn't look bad, but he just fucks up. Like, he can, like, keep it at distance a little bit. He has good kicks. He's a very tall dude, but he just can't he has no heart. He can't make weight. He's just not that good, and I think it's time to cut him. Like, 1-3, you missed weight twice at the same weight, I believe. Like, I think he weighed in, 148 both times, so you didn't even get fucking closer. And you got beat again by a very green fighter. Like, Jekka and Grad are not the best guys to lose to. Like, Jonathan Brito, that was understandable. And you made weight on short notice. Like, But like, and even your one UFC win, Steven Petersen, who was like 40 and retired after, and 2 years ago. So, I don't know, maybe they give Alexander one more fight if they want to feed him to someone, but I don't see the point. Like, he's not good, and I think he's a waste of a roster spot. So, I thought he's probably the worst fighter on the card. I don't know if I still agree with that, because some guys did look pretty bad on this card. But he's definitely one of the worst on the card, and he's just not that good. I would cut him. I don't see the point of giving him another fight, unless you really just want to feed him to somebody. And even then, I think you can probably find him a more respectable guy to feed than Lucas Alexander. He'll miss weight anyway, so fuck. All I have to say outside of that is, who should they fight next? I don't know if I'll give Grad a fight yet, because it's kind of hard to do that for guys after their debut, because you kind of don't know where they sit. But I can try and think of a general idea. Try and put him in there with someone fun would be ideal. You don't put him in there with fucking a grappler or something, someone who's gonna fucking make it boring. Put him in there with an entertaining fighter. Trying to see, but not a giant, not like a Yiza would be good, because like that would be a really fun fight. Gavin Tucker would be interesting, but I think it's kind of a big jump. If you want to get Ji Young Lee back on track, but again, I kind of look at that as a pretty high echelon jump. Yeah, I don't mind a Yiza idea, like. Or however you say his fucking name. Coming off a loss, had a fun fight though. I'm down to see this. I think this is an interesting fight, because outside of that, who do you have? Gabriel Miranda? Weston Wilson? Fucking, like, I'm not really sure who you, like, I like that. I think that's a fun fight. And unless there's a better fight, I'm just not saying. I think that'd be a fun fight. I think that fits perfectly to what I said of just giving him fun fights. So unless they want to give him a higher level guy, if they're high on him for some reason, but I don't think he stands a chance versus someone who's like, even like a Jamal Amers, I think would fucking murder him. So maybe I'm wrong. But I think he's a good fight for Grad. I don't know if I'll pick him in that fight. More than likely I would. But I don't know if you could give him anyone much higher than that skill-wise without him taking an L. So maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. Outside of that, good fight. Good first real fight of the night. And a good finish by Bogdan Grad. I knew he was going to finish Alexander. He's easy to finish, and Grad did it. With that being said, I still am pissed about not staying with my round 2 idea, but I'm an idiot. And who should they fight next? I like Bogdan Grad versus Yiza. I think that's an interesting fight. And Lucas Alexander, see you on the Brazilian regional scene. Aside of that, not very much else to say. Fine fight. Got a nice finish. Always going to be good to see a finish. And a good debut for Bogdan Grad. After that, I spoke of this fight earlier, so now we can finally get into it. Our third fight of the night, history-making fight in the women's flyweight division. And we had I'm not going to call it outside of it being history-making, there's not a lot of great things about this fight. It's kind of As we have in our third fight of the night, Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Mayra Bueno Silva. This fight could have not went more as we expected. Not a lot to say here. Like, a lot of these fights were one-sided. Like, outside, like, I'm trying to think what fights are actually, like, competitive. I would say one, maybe not many. Very one-sided fights, to be honest, on this card, but it's still a decent card. Talk about this one-sided fight. It was all Jasmine. Like, she dominated Shitara, as we all expected. Like, in round 1, they did some striking, and Jasmine was actually losing on the feet until she finally shot it on a takedown. Almost got guillotined, but she did able to escape, and that was pretty much the end of Mayra's success. Jasmine laid on top, landed some damage for, I think, like around 2 minutes or whatever, stole round 1, and then for the rest of the fight, round 2 and 3, she just did much of the same. Took her down, dominated on the feet, landed some good shots. And that was a long story. That was a long story cut short of the fight. Like, it was not a lot. Mayra had success. I don't want to act like it was a clean 30-25 domination, but Mayra did very little. Her main success was the guillotine she almost hit in the first, and she had really nice elbows. Like in clinch elbows, she had really nice elbows, but outside of that, she gassed really quickly, as usual. She got really annoyed by she was mentally broken by round 2. She showed her striking still ain't great, her defensive grappling still ain't great, her submission game was, outside of the guillotine, really didn't get close to anything, and she just kind of got manhandled here, woman-handled here, so, like, I stick by what I said. Why would you take this fight? Why move down? You could have fought goddamn Misha Tate and got an easy win on this card, where you chose to move down and fight Jasmine. A terrible style matchup for you. Just dumb idea by Mayra, which I'll talk more about that in a minute, but overall, quick, easy win for Jasmine, another feather in her cap, and again, it went exactly as I think everyone expected it to. Just a domination by Jasmine Jasudavicius. Like, the only way this fight was gonna go Mayra's way if she locked up a lucky submission, and I stick by that. And I from what I saw, clearly I was right, because outside of that guillotine, neither of them looked good on the feet. Jasmine looked slow, and Mayra just ain't a good striker. But on the ground, Jasmine looked fucking amazing, and Mayra looked terrible, so what did that tell you? That Jasmine is really fucking good, and Mayra has shit defensive grappling again. So, not very much else to say. Like, cool moment, cool for these two to be the first females to fight in Saudi and all that. Again, I made my point on how that should really be a fucking. We're about 20 years late to being normal, but you know. And overall, good one for Jasmine, continuing her streak, which I'll talk about in a second. And yeah. Again, thankfully this did have a little more to it than just being a fight, because if this was just the fight, yeah, this wouldn't be high. This would be one of the lamest fights on the card, but it was a cool moment, and a good win for Jasmine Jasudavicius. Outside of that, I can't really think of anything else to say about the fight. It was a pretty one-sided beating, so let's talk about the fighters. And we'll start with the dark horse of flyweight, Jasmine Jasudavicius. I hate when people say Jasudavicius, or like, people say her name fucking weird, man. I know I say names wrong, but come on, it's not that hard. Now on a 4-fight winning streak. She deserves a top 10 fight, man. She is the dark horse of flyweight. Like, even they said that on commentary. She is. Is she gonna be a champion? No. Can she beat Manon? Or Manon? I don't think so. Grasso, maybe, because she has no ground game. Val, maybe, because she's like 70. Earn, I might pick her to beat Earn, to be honest. Like, I think she could be top 5. I think that's a stretch, though. She could 100% be top 10, where she should be. And she deserves a top 10 fight next. If it's Hebos, Shukagian, Rose, Andrade, any of those ideas work. She should not be fighting backwards again. She should be fighting anyone in the top 10. Makes no sense for her to fight back. Like, and fight goddamn fucking, I don't even know, fucking Karine Silva. Like, fight up. Aim for the top 10, not fucking, don't fight number 11. It's just fucking pointless. This fight was stupid for her. Like, it was a waste of her time, but it was a nice win. And that's all that matters. Got another win, 4 in a row now. She's on a streak, man. Jazz is the dark horse of the English. Dark horse of the division, and we'll see if how far she can really go. 35 years old, looking the best she ever has. Let's see what how far a Canadian badass can go. Gonna be interesting. Hell, she might be main eventing his next Canada card, depending. I would not be shocked to see her and Rose in a main event, or her and fucking Earn, or her and fucking He-Boss, or whatever. So, I would be down to see her and Rose in a main event in Canada, but I guess time will have to wait. Or her and Andrade, preferably. That'd be fucking awesome. But, we'll see. Canada's best fighter, Jasmine Jasudavicius, 4 in a row. Love to see it. To talk about Mayra a little more, everything I said in the breakdown is still fucking true here. Why take this fight? Why move down? It was a stupid idea. It just screamed bad, desperate idea, and that's what it looked like. And now she's on a 3-fight losing streak, could easily be cut, and she only blamed herself. Again, she could have easily fought Miesha Tate or Julia Aguilera and got handed a win there. But she wanted to move down for no reason and fight fucking Jasmine. Well, I may not want to fight Jasmine, but got picked to fight Jasmine and said yes. Why? You could have got such an easier fight at bantamweight, or even either fight at flyweight if you still wanted to fight at flyweight so badly for no reason. She fucked herself, and now she could easily be cut. I don't think they'll cut her yet, because she is still highly ranked at bantamweight, and you could look at the Macy fight as a doctor stoppage, whatever, but her next fight is do or die, and with how she fights, and with how her skill level ain't that high, it might be die. So if she has any fucking brain cells and she gets another UFC chance, it's at bantamweight. If you take another fight at flyweight, you deserve to lose, because you're just fucking yourself at that point. Like, I don't feel bad for you if you keep shooting yourself in the foot. And that's what she did here. She shot herself in the foot, taking a matchup that was awful on paper for her on a 2-fight losing streak down a weight class that she should not be at. Stupid. It was pointless, and now she's reaping her rewards of making a dumb decision with a 3-fight losing streak and maybe out the UFC. Good job, Mayra. The only thing left to say outside of the fight and the fighters is, who should they fight next? For Jasmine, she should aim for the top 10, so that gives her a few options. I say 3 options. I think these two should fight. These two should fight. She should fight Grasso. We know what Manon's doing. I think the best fight for Jasmine is good old Caitlin Samanara, if she's even still alive. I think that's a quick, easy win for Jasmine. I think that's the perfect fight for her, because outside that, I think she wins all 3 of these fights pretty easily, but I think Samanara makes the most sense. The highest ranked one, they're all pretty, I was gonna say easiest, but they're all easy wins. I think He-Boss might be the hardest of the 3, but even then, I think she wins pretty easily. So, Jasmine fight any one of these 3. I think Samanara would be the pick. I think, again, highest ranked fighter. Why not? I think that'd be a cool fucking co-main in Canada. Jasmine getting into the top 10 finally. Or, again, I'm down to see her fight Rose or Andrade. Excuse me. I'd love to see her fight Jessica Andrade. That fight would be awesome. But, more than likely, this happens, which means Jazz could fight Samanara, Araujo, or Amanda He-Boss. I'm gonna go with Samanara. I think that's the fight to make. But we'll see. We'll see. Now in the UFC, she'll be fighting Karini Silva, like I said, for no fucking reason. So, yeah. And then for Mayra, if she does somehow get another chance in the UFC, she at this point should be fighting like fucking Eileen Perez or fucking Chelsea Chandler. She needs to fight down Cavalcanti after she beats Aguilera or whatever. She fucked herself. Mayra fucked herself. If she even gets another chance. So, now you're ranked 7th at bantamweight. You could have easily got handed an easy win versus one of these. one of these fucking girls. So it's just stupid. I don't get that logic behind what she did, but that's fucking Mayra for you. She focuses more on crying during the fight than actually fighting. So, yeah. Outside of that, not really much else to say. Good win for Jasmine, 4 in a row now, the dark horse of the division, making history in Saudi Arabia. A lot of positives to this fight. And now we'll see if she can continue the streak in her next fight. Who should that next fight be? I still say Kaylin Samanara, but Araujo and Hebos are both good options as well. And for Mayra, we'll see if she gets another UFC shot. If she does, if you have a brain, you do it at bantamweight. But we'll see. Besides that, Jazz and Samanara make sense. Mayra, we'll see what happens. Good fight, ladies. Cool history makers. And let's see what happens next with the dark horse of 125. Jasmine Jasudavicius. After that, we head to our fourth fight of the prelims. Not a lot to say here because it went exactly as you expected it to. As in our fourth fight of the night, in the lightweight division, we had a quickie between Terrance McKinney versus Damir Hadžović. I'm not going to waste your time here. The minus 700 favorite won in 2 minutes. Shocker. Long story short, Terrance did Terrance things. He rushed at Damir, cracked him a few times. Damir shot a takedown. Terrance jumped guillotine. Was able to roll on top. Roll to get on top. There we go. And then landed ground and pound for what felt like forever until the ref finally saved Damir from his fucking head exploding. And yeah, that was that. Quick 2-minute win for Terrance McKinney. A little longer than usual for T-Rex. So we gotta calm down now. Gotta be getting to a fucking second round soon. So, yeah. Quick, easy win for Terrance as expected. Still don't think he should be. I still am not ashamed of not making him the lock of the night, because a Terrance McKinney fight, if they fight 10 times, it will go different every time. In this version, it went as most people expected to, a quick, easy win for T-Rex, and that's all this was meant to be. So, cool, quick W for T-Rex, and that's all that was meant to happen here, and it did, so, good job. Not gonna say much about the fighters, because nothing really changed about them, at least for Terrance. Another win, got back on track after last year, and he took no damage. Hopefully we see him back in there ASAP. Yeah. Terrance McKinney, still one of the most exciting fighters on the roster. If you don't like Terrance McKinney, you don't like fighting. It's that simple. Can't wait to see him back. ASAP, hopefully. Simple. For Damir, yeah, somehow you stayed on a roster for this long, but I think it's over now. I don't know how you can give him another fight, because unless he fucking says he's gonna fight again this year, just cut him. Like, what's the point of keeping a fucking 40-year-old on a roster for another 4 years? Just cut him. He's not good. He's 1-4 in his last 5. His last one was in 2021 against a guy who's not even in the UFC anymore. He's 38 years old soon, or he is 38 years old. Just cut him. He's not good. Like, he never was, and now he's 40 almost and never fights. So it's just time to cut him. I don't see the point in keeping him around for another fucking fight when that fight's gonna be in 3 years. So, just cut him like you should have 3 years ago, and move on. Not very much to say. Did he get completely fed to the wolves here? Yeah. But that maybe don't take 3 years off and fucking... You won't get fed to the wolves. You could add a more reasonable debut fight. Or return fight, I mean. Instead of fucking Terrance McKinney, which we knew you had no chance in. So, yeah. Besides that, not much to say about Damir. See you in GFL, buddy. Maybe you can go fight Damir Ismagulov. Now that's a super fight. Outside of that, not really much else to say. Outside of who should they fight next, and I think Terrance already did this for me. Rebook him and Chris Duncan. He called out Chris Duncan in his post-fight interview. Book it. I'm down to see this. Duncan, McKinney. Well, someone's gonna get knocked out. Book it. I'm down. I don't think anyone's gonna be upset to see this banger. Fucking hell, if you get this on the fucking Leon JDM card, I don't think anyone would complain. McKinney's ready. I don't know what's going on with Duncan. I'm down, but International Fight Week, Apex Fight Night, book it. Well, rebook it. So, yeah, I think McKinney already did my job. This is a good fight. Do it. Well, redo it. Not really anything else to say. Good quick win for Terrance McKinney, as you always love to see. And who should we see him fight next? Again, I think rebooking him and Chris Duncan makes sense. P called for it. Duncan probably wants it. Let's book it. McKinney, Duncan. Let's finally have him fight. And then for Damir, see your brother. I say that either if you get cut or you do stay in the UFC, we know it's gonna be 6 years till you fight again. So, yeah. Outside of that, not very much else to say. Easy, quick win for McKinney, and hopefully we can see him back ASAP, because who does not love a Terrance McKinney fight? Not very much else to say. T-Rex is back. After that, we head to our co-main event of the prelims. Back to heavyweight for the best heavyweight fight on the card, somehow. Can't fucking believe that. And then our co-main of the prelims in the heavyweight division, we actually had one of the highlights of the card, which I can't fucking believe, but I'll take it, I'm not gonna complain. And then our co-main of the prelims, we had Shamil Gaziev versus Thomas Petersen. Again, out of the 3 heavyweight fights on the card, this was easily the best. It was not a bullshit robbery or boring. It was a quick, fun knockout. Long story short about this fight, they tried to strike, just Petersen's a shit striker, and Gaziev, alright. The most memorable thing I remember outside the knockout is Thomas did take down Shamil, for like 2 seconds, but it's a weird seeing Shamil get taken down for once. We've not seen that in the UFC yet. But not long after that, Shamil landed a beautiful right hook that knocked Petersen out, and he had a beautiful walk-off knockout, Mark Hunt style. Yeah, okay, I guess he just went full Terrance McKinney and said, yeah, I'm gonna put you out in round 1. Okay, cool. One of the best moments of the card, and can't complain. I thought this fight was gonna be 2 fat dudes fucking rubbing bellies on the ground, but I'm happy it wasn't. So I'll take it. I'm happy a fat man went down. I'll take it, man. Not very much to say about the fight. Again, it was 3 minutes. They pretty much didn't do a lot, and then Shamil landed the fucking death touch apparently, and got the win. So cool. Very cool. Not very much else to say there, so let's get into the fighters, and we'll begin with Shamil Gaziev, of course. He looked, this is the best I've ever seen him look, in my opinion. I don't think he's ever looked better than this in a few facets. In the cage, fighting-wise, he looked good. He looked a little bit quicker. He looked a little bit just better. He looked good. I think he looked really fucking good there. And then in the physical side, like how he looked overall, this is the best he's ever looked. He didn't look as flabby and fucking like a fat fuck. He actually looked like an MMA fighter to an extent, which is scary. Like, if we can see this Shamil more, a more in shape, better fighting Shamil, that's scary. Like, I still don't think he goes very far, and like, of course, guys like Aspinall and Volkov still beat him, but if we could see the guy we saw in this fight more, the more in shape, better looking Shamil, gonna be interesting. Dude has power in his hands. He got in shape. Who knows how his cardio looks in shape? We know he has a ground game. But see if he can fucking actually show he's legit. Like, this is the best he's ever looked. It's the first time I've actually been impressed with him, and I'm intrigued to see if he looks like this again, because this Shamil is actually an interesting prospect. The Shamil we saw in these fights was just a fat blob. The guy here is actually pretty good. So let's see if we can get this Shamil again, because this Shamil is a prospect. Might be a problem. So I in shape Shamil, that might be a new mystical fighter. To talk about his opponent, Thomas Petersen. This dude's not good. Like, you can beat Chandler Cole and Mo Usman. You can't beat anyone who actually has talent. He can't really strike. His wrestling ain't even that good. His cardio sucks. Like, he's not good. So, he'll be cut within another year, probably, unless he gets fed another Kaan to pick up a win. But overall, he's terrible. Like, he's just a fat dude. Shamil at least has tried to get in shape and look better. Thomas Petersen's just a fat dude. Like, let's not lie to ourselves. Like, he can't strike. He doesn't have power. His fucking, and his wrestling ain't even that good. Fucking Jamal Pogues just, said no to him wrestling him. Like, he just completely embarrassed him there. So, and cool, you beat Mo Usman, one of the most pathetic fighters in MMA history. Petersen's not that good, and he'll be gone very soon. So, he's just another fat dude who showed up in the UFC for a few fights, lost, and is gone. Parker Porter, fucking Josh Parisian. So he's not as bad as those guys, but he ain't much better. Thomas Petersen, he did his job here. He was meant to be cannon fodder to Shamil, and he was. So I'll give him his props. He did a great job. You were meant to be cannon fodder, and you were. Not to this extent. I don't think anyone expected, but I don't think anyone will complain. You did your job, man. Good job. You did your job as a plus 275 underdog. Get smoked, and you did. Good job. Not very much else to say about the fighters or the fight. It's hard to talk in depth about a 3-minute fight, and I said pretty much what I had to say about Shamil. Dude looks great. Now, let's talk about who he should fight next. Shamil definitely deserves a decent fight, especially since he is somehow already in a top 15. So the UFC really likes Shamil, so they're gonna push him. And after a performance like that, he deserves it. The dude has potential, and I think might be the first time he's actually shown that potential, how good he could be. In shape, Shamil could be a problem. Who might have to deal with that problem next? Do they feed him or do they feed Tai Tuivasa to him? God, I hope not. I really fucking hope not. I think the Lima would make the most sense, because Cortez already has a fight booked, Parkin has a fight booked with Tybura, Lewis and Jar should fight. Tai Tuivasa should not even be in the fucking conversation for a fight, and I don't think he deserves a fight like Spivak. I think Marcos Rogerio de Lima would make the most sense for Shamil. It's a little bit of a step up in the rankings, a big step up in competition, and I think a really tough fight for Shamil, because I think de Lima is criminally underrated. So I'm down to see it, but I could 100% see him doing Shamil and Tai Tuivasa, because they fucking hate cutting fighters. So we'll see. I think de Lima and Gaziev makes most sense, unless you really want to push him into a Sergei Spivak fight, which I really don't get the point of that. But I guess we'll have to wait and see there. And yeah, I think Gaziev does deserve a step up, but I don't think that big of a step up. And somehow Tuivasa feels like a step down. So yeah. Outside of that, and I don't care who Thomas Petersen fights. Go fight, goddamn. I don't know who's a fucking bum on a go fight. Hamdy. I don't care. Like, I don't care. It's Thomas Petersen. What I do care about is this fight, which was good. One of the highlights of the night. And who should they fight next? I like Shamil Gaziev versus Marcos Rogerio de Lima. I think that makes the most sense out of the options that are there. Between that, Tuivasa, and Spivak, I think de Lima makes the most sense. And I don't know if that's an easy fight for Shamil. Like, I know he'd be a giant favorite, but I don't know if you can count out de Lima. I think that'd be a really tough fight for Shamil, and I would really like to see that fight, so I'm down to see it. Would be a good fight. Book it. And again, for Petersen, he's just not good at all. And he can go back to the Apex prelims. So, yeah. Not very much else to say. Good win for Shamil. The best he's ever looked. Again, in shape Shamil. Could be a problem. And who should you fight next? Let's see him de Lima. Outside of that, not much else to say. Shamil looks great. Petersen is just a fat dude. And in shape Shamil. Scary. And finally, to end our prelims, we head to 145 again for a fight that was not great. It happened. It's not a bad fight. It's not a good fight. It happened. As in our featured prelim in the featherweight division, we end the prelims with Muhammad Naimov versus Kaan Ofli. Yeah, this fight was kind of a fucking party pooper after McKinney and Gaziev, and even Jasudavicius. Like, this fight definitely kind of slowed the pace down back to a normal UFC card after actually a pretty good 4-fight stretch on the prelims. Nothing in this fight was terrible, but compared to what I just broke down, like, it's the second worst prelim. Like, it's lucky for Hamdy and Pogues being dog shit, so, yeah. Not a lot, and even then, this fight kind of, as I think the Jasudavicius fight is better, this fight ain't far different from the Jasudavicius fight. It's pretty one-sided. Naimov in round 1 did some good work. He did drop Kaan awfully late, stealing, well, he's probably winning the round anyway, but he definitely sealed it in round 3, late in round 1, there we go. Round 2, easily the best round for Kaan awfully. I think he won the round. Yeah, I think he did some good work, and I gave him round 2, but I guess it was close. I had 1-1 going into the third, and Naimov fought to win. I think he just kind of held Kaan, if I remember. He just fought to survive, and that got him the round and the win. 29-28 or 30-27 Naimov. Seems like most people agree 30-27. Yeah, pretty simple. Yeah, not a great fight. A few nice moments when they were trading on the feet. Like, Naimov dropped Kaan, like I said. Kaan really hurt Naimov. English. Really hurt Naimov with, I believe it was an uppercut. Really made him shaky legs in, I think, round 2. But outside that, it was a lot of grappling, it felt. Or a lot of missed punches. So, nothing crazy. The fight was what it was meant to be, and what the UFC booked it to be, a Naimov W versus a lesser opponent that shouldn't even be in there. So, because they really like Naimov, and they are trying to cash in on the Tajikistan market, and with Gaffarov winning last week, Naimov, or 2 weeks ago, Naimov winning today, hey, it looks like it's paying off. I don't think those guys are going to go very far, but hey, they both won over the last few cards, so good for them. Just kind of getting big in that market, so you never know. We might see a Tajikistan top contender sooner than we think. It's not going to be Naimov or Gaffarov, but you never know. Either way, not a great fight, but not the worst fight. It was a fight, and yeah, pretty predictable fight. Naimov is just better. I'm happy. I got my lock of the night right finally. Only just like last year, I started like 0-2, and then I finally got one right. So I'll take it. I'm happy, and I finally got a lock right. I definitely sweat a little bit during a few moments in the fight, but Naimov pulled it out and got the win as he should. So good work. Not really much else to say about the fight. Forgettable, and yeah, it was a fight. Now to talk about the fighters. For Muhammad Naimov, I think this is his first real win in the UFC because questionable stoppage, robbery, and injury. So I say this is his first real win in the UFC. Either way, it was a cherry-picked win handed to him. And I still don't think he's that great. Like, I still think he loses to a lot of guys at the higher echelon of 45. I just don't think he's that good of a fighter. But, yeah, maybe he's gotten better. I doubt it. Like, Kaan Ofli was able to crack him a few times and win a round off him, so what does that tell you? I think better fighters like fucking Steve Garcia and Chepe Mariscal mop the floor with this guy. But, never know. They might be in a fight like that sooner than later because they love pushing Naimov into high-level fights he should not be in. So they'll probably get that again sooner than later. So, especially coming off a win. Never know. Either way, he did his job. He didn't fuck up. He got my lock of the night right. And good job. You didn't piss me off. That's a nice thing I can say. For his opponent, Kaan Ofli, Kaan, he's not a UFC level fighter. He shouldn't even be in the UFC because, like I said, I don't like these fucking participation trophies for losing tough. I think that's fucking bullshit. But whatever. It's whatever. Most likely they'll give him one more fight, probably on the fucking next Australian card later in the year. Not the one next week, because obviously, but probably, I think, don't they always go to like fucking New Zealand or Perth or whatever in like October or whatever, so they'll probably put him on that card versus somebody, and probably be his last chance, or he just gets cut outright here. I don't think he'll get cut, because he's from CKB, and again, they always need fighters to put on to the Perth and New Zealand cards and all that. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out he is fucking not that good. Not that good. So we'll see if he impressed Dana enough to give him one more chance. He didn't look awful, but he kind of looked much worse than his fucking fight with Santos. So guess we'll find out what they do with Kaan. Either we'll see him on the next New Zealand card, or we'll see him on New Zealand regional scene. We're gonna find out very quickly. Not very much else to say about the fighters. Naimov didn't piss me off. Kaan, you're not that good. And let's get into who they should fight next. For Naimov, they're gonna give him a really good fight for some reason, even though I still don't think he deserves that high of a fight. Like, he should be more in this fucking category than fucking fighting, like, up, but whatever. He could fight... Let's see if any interesting ideas pop. Padilla would be kind of interesting. I just really don't... A, I don't care about who Naimov fights. B, I don't even like Naimov. And C, they're gonna boost him into a fight he doesn't fucking deserve. So, yeah, fuck it. I don't care. I don't care about who Muhammad Naimov fights, because it's gonna be a fight he doesn't even deserve to be in to begin with. So, fuck him. You didn't piss me off. You got my lock of the night right, but that's where I'm not gonna fucking start being a fan. You didn't piss me off. Good job. I don't care who you fight next. That's that. Not very much else to say. Forgettable fight. Easy win for Naimov. And a hand-picked layup. Ofli ain't that good. Naimov ain't that good either, but he can beat a can. Good job. And, next fight. Well, those are the prelims. This portion of it was pretty good. This was a disgrace, and this was forgettable, so 4 good, 2 bad. I'll take it. Like, this was a really good portion of the card. I'm very happy with this. So, Can't complain. Can't complain. Now we go to the main card, which was crazy. Literally batshit crazy, so let's not waste any more time. We're, for once, under an hour going into the main card, so let's not waste any more time and talk about a crazy good main card. As we begin in the lightweight division with what was a banger of a fight, and a fight I told you, you gotta listen to me. So not often, but sometimes. As in our main card opener in the lightweight division, we had a very good fight between Ziam versus Mike Davis. I fucking told y'all. Mike Davis is not good. Y'all fell for a fucking hype trap, and I did not. Long story short of this fight, Ziam beat the shit out of Davis for 15 minutes. Because he's the better fighter. He does not rely on beating goddamn tomato cans. He actually can, like, fight. Again, long story short, Davis just tried to grapple Ziam, and that did not work at all. Ziam usually ended on top, but beat the shit out of him, cut him open bad in round 2, beat him on the feet. Davis was gassed by, like, the end of round 1, it seemed. And outside of Davis getting a lucky elbow in at the end of the fight, he really did nothing. And he got 30-27 across the board for an easy Ziam W. Because I told y'all, this guy, I never saw what you guys saw in this guy, and I was proven right again. I don't know what y'all, God, verdict sucks. I don't know what y'all saw in Davis. He's not good. He's a boring fucking wrestler who beat tomato cans. Ziam is actually a good fighter. Like, come on now, y'all are being silly. Like, y'all are fucking sheep following each other, hyping up a guy who's not good. I don't get it. I truly never got it, and I was proven right here. I was proven right. Ziam wiped the floor with Davis, as he should, and we don't have to hear about Mike Davis hype ever again, which is fucking amazing, because I'm so tired of hearing about this dude who fights once a year, fucking getting all this hype for being, if he was not injured, if he was not injured, he would fucking been exposed even sooner for not being good, so... Easy one for Ziam. He should, like, the best underdog on the card, because he never should have been the underdog versus a can like Davis. If this was a step down from fucking Matt Favola. Shit. So, great win for Ziam, and in a great fight. Love seeing Davis get beat up badly, because I was laughing the whole time thinking about how angry y'all are for hyping up this dude who's ass. So, you're welcome for being right. Listen to me more, or less, usually less. I don't know what happened on this card, I just got everything right for some reason, so, I don't know, it was my night, I'll take it. Aside that, not really much else to say about the fight. Beautiful fight, love seeing a fraud get beat up, especially the fraud you guys love, and, I loved it. Besides that, let's talk about the fighters. We'll start with Ziam. This dude has got good out of fucking nowhere. Like, I don't know when Ziam got so good, but God, he's good. Like, yeah, Figlag, Giant, Puelas were bad performances, but Favola, top tier, one of the best KOs of 2024, and then here, exposing y'all's fucking golden boy. He's good. He's a top 15 level guy now, which I never would have thought I would say 2 years ago. Like, he's good, man. He's really fucking good, and he's just got good out of nowhere. His striking's good. His grappling's really good. Cardio looks good. Fight IQ's not bad. Like, he looks to finally have some heart. He usually was quitting in fights before, and now he looks good. Guy's good. Ziam's really fucking good, and he deserves a big fight now. If it's not top 15, it deserves to be right outside the top 15. So, let's see Hey, Benoit Saint Denis fucking sucks. They got a new new Frenchman to hype up at 155. Cause we know BSD's a fucking bum, so. Let's see how far Ziam can go. Kid looks good. 27 years old, 5 in a row. See how far he can go. And then to talk about y'all's golden boy, Mikey Davis. He is ass, like I said. And I still don't know what y'all saw in him. Thomas Gifford, you guys only know who that is. Mason Jones, fraud. Slava Claus, I forgot he even fought Slava. Oh, well, my bad, he didn't fight Slava, he cuddled him. Natan Levy, trash. He's awful. He's an awful fighter. He's a boring wrestler who can't fight. And I'm so happy to be proven so right. Like, I never fell for the hype on this guy. Why anyone did, I don't know. But it's gone now. We won't see him again until 2026, so, you know I'm right, so, the Davis hype is gone. I don't have to fucking hear about this NPC anymore. He's ass. Y'all fucking hyped up a tomato can, like someone else in the co-main, and, fuck him. You beat a bunch of tomato cans. This is what happens when you're not fighting cans anymore. You don't like it, do you? Sorry, buddy. Actually, I'm not sorry. Fuck you, you suck. But that's besides the point. Let's get to the last topic. Who should they fight next? For Ziam, I don't know if he gets a top 15 fight, but he should be getting right on the verge of it. Like, I don't know who he would fight in the top 15 right now. I don't think he's gonna fight Grant Dawson. I don't think he would fight Benoit. Jalen, I don't mind that. I like that idea. Sounds really fun. And then everyone else is too high for him, so... Yeah, you got to Turner and Joel Alvarez, so that kind of takes them off the board. Yeah, maybe he should fight Grant Dawson, to be honest, because I'm not seeing anyone else. Like, who else would he fight? Like, Ignacio? But I feel like Ignacio has only won 2 in a row. I don't know why Ziam would take that fight over a guy who's a little bit closer to the rankings. Yeah, I would probably for Ziam and Grant Dawson makes the most sense, unless he would be down to fight Benoit Saint Denis, but I highly doubt it. Do they go to the same gym? Like, don't say. I would be shocked if he'd be down to fight Benoit, if the UFC would even want to do that, so let's do for us Ziam and Grant Dawson. Sounds like a logical fight to me, unless you do him Jalen Turner, which I'm also down to see, but I think you gotta do this fight already, so Dawson, Ziam, book it. For Mike Davis, I don't know who's going to be on the roster in 2026 when he fights again, so it's kind of hard to book him a fight. So just think of whatever tomato cans on the roster in 2026, so we can beat him and then get hyped up as the next best thing for some fucking reason. So, whatever. Y'all fucking hype up trash. It's okay. Not really much else to say about this fight. Great win for Ziam. Kid's really fucking good. 5 in a row is 5 in a row, and thank you for exposing the bum for the bum that he is. Ziam should get top 15 fight, and let's see how far he can go. They got a new Frenchman at 155, and he's better than Benoit Saint Denis, that's for sure. So let's see how far Ziam can go. Not very much else to say. Great win for Ziam. Dude's legit. Davis is a bum, and let's see Ziam and Grant Dawson. I think I'm picking Ziam to win that fight, A, because fuck Grant Dawson, and B, if Ziam can stop a takedown, like he did here, we're going to be talking about a Ziam 6-fight winning streak, so let's see it. Ziam, Dawson, book it, great win Ziam, and fraud checked. And I told y'all about that fraud being checked. Y'all don't listen, man. After that, we go to our second fight of the main card, which was a weird-ass banger. Weird fight, but also a really good fight. as in our second fight of the main card in the bantamweight division, which only produces bangers, we had Vinicius Oliveira versus Said Nurmagomedov. You know, we have a fight at 135, which you already know means it was a banger. And this was a banger. Even though it was weird as shit. The sloppiest, weirdest banger I've ever fucking seen at 135. It looked like a heavyweight fight at times, but this was at 135, and God, was it a fun one at 135. There you go. Oh boy, here we go. How the fuck do I recap this psycho fucking pathic fight? Excuse me. In round 1, Said looked amazing. Borderline 10-8 round, in my opinion. Yeah, excuse me. He dropped Oliveira, I think, twice, and just beat the shit out of him. Again, easily could have been a 10-8 round, borderline 10-8 if anything, and it looked like it was going to be a bad night for Vinicius. It looked like he was about to get fraud checked. He tried to take down Said a few times, which ended as good as you think it did. But then round 2 happened, and Said just gassed. Said gassed badly, and Oliveira just took over, and that's when the fight changed. In round 1, it was a more technical fight, and that helped Said. In round 2, it turned into a sloppy war, which was what Oliveira wanted. And that's what the last 10 minutes of the fight were, and that's why Vinicius Oliveira won, because it would turn into a sloppy war. And that's what happened. He made it a war. They were both dead tired by like the end of round 2, if not even halfway point. And Vinicius was able to do more and beat Said over the last 2 rounds and get the win. I'm almost shocked I actually got this right. I thought I was going to get this wrong for sure, but I'll take it. I did not think Vinicius was going to win like this. He was the grappler in this fight. Which, like, I know Said's not really a grappler, but the dude's last name is Nurmagomedov. You better know how to fucking grapple. And he knows how to. Not well. He's the striker of the family, and he did look great in round 1, like I said. Again, borderline 10-8, but after that, his cardio, he was dead tired, couldn't really stop a takedown, and it was all Oliveira for the last 10 minutes. Which means 29-28, Vinicius Oliveira by upset W, 33%. Guess who's in that 33%? Your motherfucking boy, RX. Yeah. Wow. What a fight. What a weird fight. Like, I'm gonna, definitely a lot of takeaways from this fight, which I'll get to when I get to the talking about the fighters in a second. But man, what a fight. It looked like a heavyweight fight at times, how gassed they were. Like, by the start of round 3, they were dead tired. So, it was fun. Was it high level in the last 10 minutes? No. But was it fun? Yes. That's all that matters. Great fight. Batshit crazy. 5 of the night, no doubt. What a fight. Love it. First, we'll talk about the Loika dog, Vinicius Oliveira. This dude is so fucking interesting. He's really good, and he's really weird. I'll say this right now. I'll probably pick against him in his next fight, because he has bad cardio. His striking defense sucks. Depending on who he's fighting next time, which will probably be a pretty good guy, I might be picking against him because he was able to squeak this out for Said. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it again as he gets in higher level competition. Like, top 15. Like, just talking about top 15, I don't think he has a chance against guys like Song Yadong. Fucking, Marab might fucking kill him. Like, his cardio is awful, his ground game is fine, his striking defense is bad, his striking is good. He's very beatable, but he keeps winning. Well, at least the Sopai and Saeed fight, the Simone fight is pretty easy. But, like, he keeps winning, but the luck's gonna run out soon. Unless he gets better. I know he had an injury going into this fight, but, like, your broken ribs or whatever, does it make you that tired? I guess. But he was that tired against Sopai, so I don't know. I think Oliveira's really good, but his cardio being so bad and his strategy just being, I'm going to drag you into a war, that's not going to always work. And when you fight a guy who has good cardio or can fucking knock you out, because Saeed got pretty damn close, I don't know if it's going to work. I like Oliveira. He's very fun to watch. But I don't think he can go far at 135. Maybe top 15, but I don't think any higher than that. I think he gets beat by most guys in the top 15. Even a guy like Cejudo might be able to beat him just because he can wear on his gas tank and keep taking him down. So, I think Oliveira's really good. But there are definitely holes in his game that if smarter fighters who can actually make a game plan can exploit. And we'll see if they do, because they are not hard to find. So, great win for Oliveira, again as the underdog. I think in all three of his fights he's been the underdog, and I don't know, he's a favorite there, but barely. I picked him back-to-back fights as a giant underdog. He's good, but I don't know how much longer he can fall ass backwards into wins. So, I think he's good, but God, the holes in his game are showing. To talk about his opponent, Saeed Nurmagomedov. Saeed is fine, but like I said in the breakdown, we've seen the ceiling. Where he is right now is the ceiling. He can beat lower level guys, but he can't beat the higher echelon. That's simple. He's not top 15 level, but he's top 20 to 25 level. He's good. He's better than Umar, that's for sure. And he's fun. He's a fun striker with fine grappling. So that's simple. He's perfectly fine. That's how I've described Saeed the whole time. He's perfectly fine. So that's how I view him. That's simple. And God, I love seeing the Nurmagomedovs go 0-3 over the last fucking few weeks. Umar, Usman, Saeed. Oh, I love it. I love it. Fuck them. Keep living off Khabib, boys. Because you'll never be as good as him. Y'all ain't even as good as y'all ain't even as good as Saeed, for two of you bums. Keep living off Khabib's coattails. At least Islam fucking didn't even use the last name. He's actually good. Shit. Keep living off Khabib. Outside of that, can't really think of anything else to say outside of, I had no idea I was going to be it's funny, the guy who I thought was the striker was the grappler, and the grappler was the striker. Guess what, that shows what I fucking know. Whatever. Let's get to the last thing. Fight ideas. For Oliveira, I don't know if you give him top 15 yet. Let alone, I don't know who in the top 15 he would fight. The only guy who you can make a case for fighting outside the top 15 would be Kyler. I don't know why Zahabi, McGee, or Montel would want to do that. And I don't even know if they're going to do that with Kyler. So, Kyler, I don't know why I felt like I didn't say that right. So, it's more who outside the top 15 could you have him fight. Martinez is a good option, even though he's lost 2 in a row. Daniel Marcos is interesting. I like that idea. I like Marcos and Oliveira. I think that's really intriguing. I think that might be the fight to do. That's an interesting one. Because outside that, I'm not seeing anything better. And I think that's a really intriguing fight. I don't think they do that. Because they usually don't like prospect versus prospect fights, even though we all love prospect versus prospect fights. I like that idea, Marcos and Oliveira. That's the fight I want to see. That's the fight I would do. I think that's fun. It's either that or Jonathan Martinez, who almost feels like a step back, because at least Saeed was coming off a win. So, Marcos Oliveira, I'm down. Book it. I think that's a very fun fight. let's see who the winner can go into the top 15. The loser loses their undefeated record in the UFC, or for Marcos in general. So I'm down to do it. I'm down to see it. Marcos Oliveira, book it. And then for Saeed, if he'll fight back, probably get handed a layup, and next time they go to Saudi Arabia or whatever against fucking, he'll probably get to fight goddamn Ronnie Yahya or some bullshit. So he'll get handed a fucking layup, like he always does after a loss. So whatever. Saeed is fun. He's a perfectly fine fighter. Like, that's the best way I can describe him. I still think he's just a better version of Tagir. So, and way better than Umar's bum ass. So, yeah. Besides that, can't think of anything else to say. Great fight, fight of the night. Love seeing Nurmagomedov lose 3 in a row. Thank you, thank you, Marab. What's that Irish kid's name? Fucking the Irish kid that beat Usman and Oliveira. You're real OGs. Thank you for beating these fucking bums. And outside of that, who should they fight next? I like Oliveira versus Daniel Marcos. I think that's a really fucking good fight. I would love to see it. And Saeed will probably get handed a layup in this next fight. So, yeah, like usual. Outside of that, great fight. Great fucking fight. Sloppy as fuck, but who cares? We don't want to see fucking ballet. We're here to watch fighters fight. Oliveira did that. Let's see him go fight Marcos in a banger. Saeed. Yeah, I'm excited to see Saeed fight again. He's fun. So, yeah, he's not. I don't know if he's a real Nurmagomedov because he's actually entertaining. So, I don't know. I don't know really what else to say. Great fight. Another underdog. I told y'all, the 2 best underdogs on the card. Ziam, Oliveira. That should have been a parlay. Would have made a fuck ton of money. You're welcome. I did not think he was gonna win, but fuck it, I'll take it. Good fight. Fight of the night. Bantamweight never disappoints. Banger. After that, we go to a fight that did disappoint. God, it seems like a running theme with Jairzinho. Not gonna waste a lot of time here because this fight was so fucking boring. As in our third fight of the main card, our featured bout, or whatever that even means, we had 2 heavyweight for the last time tonight for the not the worst one, but not the best heavyweight fight on the card. As we had a snooze fest between Sergei Pavlovich versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Man, how the fuck was this fight boring? Jairzinho, you gotta stop going to decisions, man. God damn. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time here. This fight was beyond disappointing. For 15 minutes, Pavlovich did a little bit of striking, dropped Jairzinho a few times, laid on him, and won a boring decision. I can't believe Sergei Pavlovich is boring now. What the fuck? What the fuck is the world we live in? Not gonna say much. Pavlovich isn't him. Like, I said this in the breakdown about Jairzinho. I hope he's not scared to fight this time. He wasn't the one scared to fight. Pavlovich was scared to death to actually fight, so, which is sad to say, because Pavlovich was meant to be fucking white and Ngannou and all that, and now he's fucking laying on Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Great. Boring fight. Don't really care to talk about it anymore. Well, let's get to the fighters real quick. Sergei got back on track, which is good to see, but, like, goddamn, dude, I'd rather see you get knocked out than fucking win boringly. Like, goddamn. Like, this was bum shit, bro. You gotta fight, man. Like, don't do this again. I don't want to call you a boring fighter, but if you're an exciting fighter, you'll get 1 pass. Do it again. It's not gonna be good. As Corey Sandhagen of Fante Luque. You don't want to be called a boring fighter. That's the worst thing you can be in the MMA world, in my opinion. And that involves a lot of fucking bad things. Being boring is the worst. And then for Jar, the most mid fucking heavyweight of all time. I can't even give him shit because he was not the one scared to fight this time. Pavlovich was. So, whatever. We'll see Jairzinho back in a few months. Hopefully, finally against Derek Lewis, please. And yeah, not very much else to say. Jairzinho is mid like always. all I have to say is, who should I fight next? Get this out of the way. I don't know who Pavlovich fights. I didn't think about that. Okay. He's not gonna fight Kaan. Jairzinho should fight Kaan. He's not fighting Arsenal. He's not fighting Volkov again. I don't know. Maybe a Blades rematch? Or, like, I'm the winner of that Blades fucking whatever the other guy's name is. Who the fuck is the other guy? What's the name of the other guy he's fighting? Blades is fighting some fucking debut guy. Fucking... Oh yeah, Rizavan Kuniev. I would say the winner of this should fight Pavlovich. I guess, because I really don't know what else he would do. Unless he fights Kaan, but that should be Jairzinho, so... Not gonna fight him or him again. But yeah, the winner of Blades and Kuniev, wherever you say it, I guess it's not. I don't care for a Blades Pavlovich rematch, but right now that looks like the best option. So not really much unless you shove fucking Shamil or Waldo high up there quickly. But yeah, why? So or again you do Pavlovich Kaan, but then who does Jairzinho fight? So you do Kaan, Jairzinho, and you do Pavlovich versus the winner of that Blades fight. Makes sense to me. Not very many other options. So. At this point, heavyweight's getting to the point where everyone has fought everyone, so you're kind of in a fucking pickle there. So, you know what I mean? We're getting to that point where everyone has fought everyone, so now you're going back, and no one. I don't care for a Blades Pavlovich rematch, but if that's the fight that makes the most sense, that's the fight that makes the most sense. We're gonna find out if that is what makes the most sense. Sooner than later. Maybe that Kuniev dude wins, we can get him and Pavlovich. Who knows? We'll see. Then for Jairzinho, the same fight we've been asking for years now. Derek Lewis is coming off a loss. Jairzinho Rose. Oh no, he's coming off a win. Never got he beat Nascimento. Whatever. They're ranked right next to each other. Do it already! Apex main event, Fight Night main event. Pay-per-view co-main event. Just do this fight already. We don't care when, where, or why. Do it. Book it. Please. Give us this fight already. Fuck. You've done every other combination. You did Lewis and Ty. You did Jar and Ty. You did Lewis and Pav. Jar and Pav. Ty and Pav. You're just do the main one. Please. Come on already. We've been wanting this shit for fucking years. Do it. Jesus, man. It's getting fucking annoying at this point. Like, it's not like they would probably say yes to the fight if you offer it. So fucking offer it. Shit. Getting fucking dumb now. God damn. But, outside of that, I don't got much more to say. Boring fight. Why is Pavlovich boring now? Hurts my soul. And who should I fight next? I like Pavlovich versus the winner of that Blades fight. Please. I don't want Blades Pavlovich too. And do Jairzinho lose already. So, because it's the fight to make, and it has been the fight to make for fucking years now. So do it! Outside of that, not really much else to say. Shitty heavyweight fight. Somehow Shamil Gaziev was the star of the heavyweight division tonight. And, yeah, why is Sergei Pavlovich boring? Sad. Aside of that, not really much else to say. Boring fight. Cool to see Pavlovich win again, but not in this way. And see what happens next in the heavyweight division. Because who fucking knows anymore. After that, we go to the co-main event of the evening. The thumbnail of this video. The best fight of 2025 so far. The most satisfying fight of 2025 so far. As we had in the middleweight division, our co-main event, Michael Venom Page versus Shara Bullet Magomedov. God, this was so fucking satisfying to watch. And I told you, logically, MVP's better. And what happened? Logically, MVP beat that fraud's ass. For 15 minutes MVP beat the living shit out of Shara Bullet, and it was so amazing to watch. The crowd was silent. They wanted to rig it so badly, but it was so one-sided. You couldn't even rig it. I loved it. It was a typical MVP fight, kind of like the Holland fight, just less grappling. MVP did what he does best. He fucking clowns on you, he schools you, and he beats that ass. He schooled Shara. He embarrassed Shara. He clowned on Shara. You love to see it. It's what Shara deserves. You're not fighting cans anymore, buddy. Same thing with Mike Davis. You're not fighting cans anymore. People hyped you up for fighting cans. Now you're fighting a real fighter. What happened? What happened? You can't do some shitty spinning back fist that was pure luck against a tomato can. You can't fall ass backwards into a fucking KO in round 3 against Antonio Chocolate. You actually have to, like, have talent. Aww, poor baby. Shara, you're a bum motherfucking bitch. MVP, that's why we love you. Great fight. Amazing fight. The thumbnail for a reason, because it was so fucking good. And, I loved it. I loved it. All logic pointed to MVP winning, and logic usually never wins in the sport, but it did this time, so I'll take it. Great win for MVP. Great fight. I could watch this over and over. Watch Shara get fucking exposed and embarrassed in front of his fucking fans and the fucking people who want him on this card. And all the princes and all that fucking pissed watching their boy get beat up by a Brit. Oh, you know they wanted to read it so bad, or you know they were so angry. I love it. Dana was having a fucking heart attack because his new Golden Goose got his ass whooped by a Bellator fighter. It's almost fucking comedic. Like, yeah, that is what the UFC deserves for being a fucking shit show. Stop pushing shit fighters. Maybe get some real ones. MVP, good job. Shara, you suck. Great fight. Not gonna say much about the fighters. Don't really have much to say. MVP looked great. He should stay at fucking middleweight. He looked great at middleweight. Like, that's his weight class, no doubt. It's his fucking weight class. He didn't look so drained. He looked in good shape. His cardio looked good. He looked as fast as always. He should stay at middleweight. He's gonna go back down to welterweight for some reason, but he looked amazing at fucking middleweight. He definitely should stay there in my opinion, but I guess he wants to keep making that cut and get that size advantage. Too bad it doesn't seem to be very helpful, but whatever. Either way, he did a good job here. That's all that matters. Thank you, MVP. And then talk about the fraud. This bum motherfucker. That's what you deserve, you bum. Fuck you, Shara. Keep beating tomato cans. I heard GFL's hiring. I heard Eagle FC's hiring. Maybe go fight there, cause you're not UFC level. You're a fucking bum ass fraud, and this is what you deserve. In front of all your Saudi princes and those fucking losers getting exposed like the bum you are. Fuck you. Outside of that, not very much else to say besides, I guess the only, if as weird as it is for this fight, who should they fight next? For MVP, he said he's going back down to welterweight, so who the fuck does he fight? Does he finally fight Wonderboy? Please? Pretty please? It'd be cool. I'm down to see, can he please finally fight Wonderboy Thompson? Fuck it, fight Wonderboy, please. Like, everyone on earth wants to see that fight. So do it. Book it, please. It probably goes a lot like this fight. Just maybe it might be a little closer. Because Wonderboy actually has a little bit of talent, unlike Shara Fraud. So. But, we'll see. MVP, Wonderboy. Book it already, goddammit. Just like Jar and fucking Derek Lewis. Why are you not doing the obvious fight everyone wants? Oh yeah, you're the UFC and you don't give a fuck. God, I forgot. Whatever. Great performance by MVP. Great win by MVP. Let's see him fight Wonderboy already. And I don't care who Shara fights. He can go fight some tomato cans in the fucking Apex. I don't care. Fuck him. He sucks. Outside of that, can't think of anything else to say. beautiful fight. Thank you, MVP. And you are the captain now. Love it. Love it. And now time for the lame event of the evening. Not gonna waste a lot of time here because I don't got much to say. Wasn't really impressive and I really don't care. And then our main event of the evening of UFC Saudi Arabia. We ended the night staying in the middleweight division with a fight that was not better than the co-main, but you know, whatever. As we had Nasruddin Imavov versus Israel Adesanya. Well, Izzy's super fucking washed. Like, that's all I can say. Like, Imavov is not good. He beat a super duper old Izzy. Izzy 2 years ago wouldn't even let Imavov touch him. So, and Izzy won round 1. He looked great, but Izzy's old. He's 35, and it's time to retire. I don't know what Imavov is so hyped about. You beat a 35-year-old who's fucking super washed. So, again, even 2 years ago, Izzy would wipe the floor of Imavov. But Izzy's old and washed now, so guess no luck there, huh? Whatever. I don't like either. And now we can see Imavov get smoked by either Drake, Strickland, or Hamzat, which I love. So I guess that's a positive, because Imavov's trash. He's not good. Like, Kaio, Strickland, again, Drakus, and Hamzat would all wipe the floor of him. And Izzy from a year ago probably would as well, so whatever. Imavov's trash, but he can keep beating up old dudes. Think about his wins, Cannonier and Izzy. Yeah, man, maybe beat someone under the age of 35. Fucking clown. I don't know. Imavov sucks. Izzy's old. And that's about all I gotta say there. Shitty fight. I don't care. I hate them both. And, yeah. Time to retire, Elsa. You can go do your dream job of fucking dogs, because that's all you like to do. That's all you can do at this point, because you can't fight. Like, if you're losing to Nasruddin Imavov, you're done. So, yeah. Outside of that, the only thing I have to say is who should they fight next. I'll keep it short and sweet. Imavov fights the loser of Strickland Drakus. And, yeah. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Is he retire? And actually, if he doesn't retire, I have no fucking idea what he's gonna do, so that'll be interesting. Not very much else to say. Whatever, main event. Izzy's super old, so is it really even a win? Not really. Imavov sucks. Izzy's old. You can fight the loser of Drakus Strickland. You can retire, and that's about all I gotta say about the lame event. MVP Shara was better. Should have been the main event. Boom. That's the card. Finally, to go over how I did on picks. 10 of 11. It really should be 9 of 11. Maybe not. 7 perfect. 6 perfect. 7-15. I really got 2 wrong. Izzy and Hamdy. I went perfect in the middle portion of the card. It was the beginning and end where I fucked up. But whatever. I did not think Izzy was that washed, and I did not think Hamdy would look that shitty, but what can you do? I'll take my 2 L's and take my 9 W's. So, yeah, I finished 25th on Tapology. I'll take it, thank you. And so yeah, my first good night of picks after I think I had like 5 right on both the first 2 cards or whatever. So, finally a good night of picks. Thank God. The bonuses went to performance bonuses to Bogdan, Grad, and Nasruddin Imavov, and 5 of the night to Saeed Oliveira. I already gave that second bonus to Shamil Gaziev instead of Bogdan Grad. I think he looked better and more impressive. I don't know why Grad got it over him, but whatever. I think McKinney could even get it over fucking Grad. But fuck, you can make a better case for MVP getting a bonus over Bogdan, but whatever. I guess Dana really likes Grad, so whatever. I think Gaziev got robbed of a bonus, but what can you do? And last but never least, if you missed the card, what should you go back and rewatch? I would say the middle portion of the prelims, because that was really good. You could skip this if you want, it wasn't that great, but at least these 3. And then I would watch probably the whole main card outside of Pavlovich if you want to see Izzy get knocked out, because that's still very entertaining. So, skip, watch, if you want, watch, skip, watch, skip, watch, and why not watch if you want to see Izzy get knocked out. And second to last, the chopping block. I would just say Luke Alexander and Damir Hadžović. Mayra Bueno Silva is close to being on there. I don't think she gets cut yet. Kaan Ofli, same thing. So, I think it's just Damir and Luke Alexander. So, maybe Mayra and Kaan join them, but I doubt it. And lastly, what would I rate this card? I think this card was fun. I think it's a really fun card. I would say an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a good card. For a card at 9 in the morning on a Saturday, and for only 11 fights to be this decent, I enjoyed it. When the only negatives I could think of were the Hamdy fight was a joke. The fucking and the Pavlovich fight was boring as shit. Everything else was pretty good. Like, even Izzy getting KO'd is cool. Fucking the Naimov fight's forgettable at worst. So I'll take it. 3 bad fights if I'm adding Naimov. I'll take it. 8 out of 10. Best card of the year so far. And hopefully we can keep the streak going into UFC 312 next week. I fucking doubt it, because that card's awful. But you never know, do you? You never know. But, as I just said, next week, UFC 312. Oh boy. You will hear me break that card down Friday, 1 p.m. EST. As always, I'm not looking forward to that at all. I can't wait for Weili Tatiana. I don't give a fuck about anything else on that card. You'll hear me recap it on Sunday, like always. Hopefully I'm saying it was a great card, it outdid expectations, yada yada. I don't think I'm going to be saying that on Sunday, but you never know, I'm saying that about this card, so hopefully we can go 2 for 2. Please. Either way, this card was really good. 8 out of 10, great card. And let's head into pay-per-view week. Outside of that, can't really think of anything else to say. Good to be back with some fights, and at least we're back with a good card, which is even better, so... Good night of fights, or morning of fights, good card, and let's see what 312 has for us. With that being said, can't really think of anything else to say. Besides, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of 2025. And unless I'm forgetting to say something, which I would be shocked if I am after an hour and 37 goddamn minutes. As always, RX out. Good vibes only